The Florida Joint Center for Citizenship presents the Executive Branch of Government, Executive Authority. As a reminder, the role of the Executive Branch is to ensure that rules and laws are followed for the safety and security of citizens. The responsibility of enforcing laws is necessary at the local, state, and national levels. After watching this video, you'll be able to compare and contrast executive authority at the local, state, and national levels, and explain the function of administrative agencies. For example, advise, make regulations, enforce the law, and enforce regulations. So let's get started. The head of the executive branch at the national level is the president. The president selects a vice president to serve with them, and the president also appoints the leaders of the executive departments, the cabinet, who run administrative agencies. Presidents can only serve 2 4-year terms, while the vice presidents technically have no constitutional limit to how many terms they may serve in that role. Generally speaking, however, vice presidents have only served 2 terms. The president has the authority to sign or veto or reject a bill passed by Congress that may become a law. The president also has the authority to implement or enforce laws passed by Congress and put laws passed by Congress into place through administrative agencies. The national government has many responsibilities to the citizens of the United States, and it is impossible for the executive branch and the other branches of government to handle every issue. To fix this problem, administrative agencies are created. These agencies are usually organized under a cabinet-level department in the executive branch. There are 15 cabinet-level departments headed by a secretary who is appointed by the president. Under them, there are 438 different administrative agencies. For example, the Department of Justice, which is responsible for enforcing federal laws. Now, there are a lot of federal laws, so we have many different law enforcement administrative agencies, such as the FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Administrative agencies exist at all levels of government. These agencies have specific functions and powers. In fact, when Congress or state legislature or local government gives powers to an agency, it broadly defines the task and responsibility that they have been given that enables them to perform their functions. Now let's take a look at the state level. The head of the executive branch at the state level is the governor. The governor selects a lieutenant governor to serve with them. In Florida, governors and lieutenant governors may serve 2 consecutive 4-year terms, but they can sit out 1 election cycle if they want to run again. The governor's responsibility is to enforce state laws. The governor has certain powers, such as the power to use a line item veto or reject a certain part of a bill the state legislature has passed. They also have the appointment power. The governor appoints people to run state administrative agencies, such as, for example, the Commissioner of Education, who runs the Florida Department of Education. In Florida, the state executive branch also includes 3 cabinet-level departments. These are also elected as part of the governor's cabinet in the executive branch. They are the state's chief financial officer, the attorney general, and the Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services. The administrative agencies at the state level function very similar to how they work at the national level. For example, the State Department of Education provides guidance and advice and enforces state education regulations. Local governments are structured differently when it comes to how they are run. Local governments include municipalities such as cities, towns, villages, counties, and school districts. The power of the executive branch in local communities may differ based on the community's charter. A charter is permission from the state that allows the community to set up a local government. There are 3 ways the local government can be organized: mayor-council, council-manager, and commission. The mayor-council structure usually works best in very large or very small cities. In this structure, an elected mayor and a city council govern the people. The council-manager structure usually works best in mid-sized cities. In this structure, an appointed city manager governs with an elected council. And then finally, we have the commission structure. And this is the least common in the United States. In this structure, there's not a mayor, but instead a board of elected commissioners who governs. Each commissioner represents a specific area of a municipality, county, or school district, and may interact with local departments such as law enforcement and fire. No matter the type, local governments also have administrative agencies, such as, for example, animal services. Generally speaking, the local executive branch is responsible for overseeing these agencies, though some may be governed by boards or commissions, such as the school board, responsible for local schools. Let's check in. Try to answer the following questions in your own words. Who is the executive authority at the national, state, and local levels of government? At the national level, we have the president. At the state level, we have the governor. And at the local level, we have the mayor, city manager, or commission. What is the role of an administrative agency? The role of an administrative agency is to advise the executive, enforce laws, and implement regulations to support the public. So let's recap what we've learned. Remember that each level of government has their own executive with responsibilities. The president serves at the federal or national level. The governor serves at the state level. The mayor or city manager serves at the local level, as does a commission. And remember that administrative agencies function under the executive to support their responsibilities. Now that's all the time we have for now. Keep building your civics knowledge by exploring some of our other topic areas on Civics 360.
This video is produced by the Florida Joint Center for Citizenship. Thanks for watching.